Hi everyone, this is Caly with craftingcaly.wordpress.com. I have a cute card here that I've made using a new stamp set called Toboggan Together by Lawn Fawn. I don't normally buy matching dies, but I did for this particular set because there are so many cute little stamps. And so I didn't want to do all that fussy cutting, so I thought it would be worth my time to go ahead and get the matching dies. This stamp set is very cute, and I thought I would make a card here using the Simon Says Stitches and Slopes dies to go ahead and create a scene for my card. So I have Whisper White Stampin' Up! Paper on the left there, and then I have just Neenah Solar White cardstock. I'm going to use this Stampin' Up! Paper to blend with because it's smoother and I think it would help me create a more blended background. I have never created a background using distress ink before or using this ink blending tool. So I thought for my first time I would try to make it as easy as possible. It did take me a while to blend that, but I didn't think it was too hard. I decided to also give the slope hillside a little bit of a hint of that same tumbled glass blue. So I am just doing that little slope as well, and then I'll adhere it to the card and then cut off the excess. So once I stamp all my images, I will go ahead and color them with Copic markers and then die cut them out. So I'll go ahead and play some music while that happens, and I will return to go over the rest of the card. So once I was done coloring and cutting out the initial set of stamps that I wanted to use, I decided that I was missing a few things. Number one, the string going from the penguin to the sled, pulling the sled, and since I was doing that, I went ahead and also stamped and colored a hat for the penguin walking up the hill. So for the adhesive, I am using Stampin' Up's two-way pen. No particular reason, I just hadn't used it in a long time and I decided to go ahead and grab it. I'm using my EK Success Tools tweezers to also help me with placement and holding every piece so that I wouldn't get any glue all over my fingers. So once I'm done adhering all of that down, I decide to go ahead and add to the backdrop and add some snowflakes from the same set. And also I had to move two of the snowballs that were towards the bottom because I didn't leave enough room for a sentiment. It didn't ruin my card to move those two snowballs because a two-way glue pen becomes tacky once it's dry. It's permanent paper to paper if you let it dry, but it wasn't completely dry, so it became tacky, and I just rubbed away the tackiness on the paper where I removed those two snowballs and moved them. So I'm using Memento black ink, and I'm just stamping again a bunch of random little snowflakes from the same stamp set. There's 4 or 5 little snowflakes that are different in this stamp set that are super cute, so I thought I would go ahead and add them to this card. And so once I'm done doing that, I decide to go ahead again to stamp the sentiment towards the bottom, and I did move those snowballs. And now I'm going to be using my MISTI because I was afraid to not get a crisp stamped image of the sentiment. So I decided to go ahead and use the MISTI just to make sure that it all turned out okay. And it did on my first try, so no problem there. I used a Sakura Jelly Roll pen to darken the eyes up. And to leave the snowflakes like that was a little bit too bold for me, so I'm using a Versamarker to add some embossing to these snowflakes to kind of lighten them, but also to add a little bit of shine and sheen. I am using some Recollections Pearl White transparent powder. Use anything you like. I think white would be really pretty as well. I just thought a transparent look would not take away too much from the black and bold background of the snowflakes that were stamped. I think that if you covered them up with an opaque white, it might look a little bit funny. So this is what I went with. I made sure that my heat gun was good and hot before I took it to my paper. And so once that is embossed with the heat, sorry about my son there, it gives it a nice little shimmer and is really cute. And so that is it for the layer of this card. And I decided to go ahead and prop it up with some fun foam. So I haven't done this very often. I think I've done it one other time. But I'll go ahead and prepare my card base here. Again, it's Recollections 110 pound cardstock, and I'm going to use my ATG gun to add adhesive to that front layer, and then I'll add the fun foam, which has been cut a little bit smaller than that layer piece. And it's kind of hard to add adhesive to fun foam, so that's why I'm adding it to the paper, then the foam to that, and then adding adhesive to my card base, which I do a lot because I forget to decorate at the very end versus decorating before I add my front to the card base. So I do this a lot with sequins. Anyway, that is the end of my card, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I really, really love Lawn Fawn products. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. All the links and supplies for the supplies used will be listed below and also on my blog. And I hope that you all have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.